I wonder if the porn stars ever knew. Jesus Christ be sitting in a chair with a cigarette too. And he'd be sitting there like, I'm not even listening to you. I see the glistening in the type of the people that are listening to you and actually doing the same things that you do. And I'm looking at you. Who is actually influencing you? And you're going to use that as an excuse. So, to me, I've saved so many porn stars and pulled them in and turned them into pastors. And, like, how would you actually end up in a situation where you were envisioning that you would be listening to somebody that actually was picturing you as somebody that they would never be listening to, like they were the pastor? Or are you a bastard? The son of who? I sit there the entire time. I'm like a missionary too. I could tell you the visionaries too. Like if you were around and you sat there, if you were walking with me and you were actually listening to the Holy Spirit, you might be with the Spirit. Then it'd be two. So I understand the ignorance that comes with everything that I know. I'm just pursuing love. I was. But why? So if you guys don't want love, the way I'm looking at it is keep doing what you're doing and you will get there too. You'll be 60 years old looking at a fishing boat. Amphibians and slimy things, you put your hands into it. Which I guess is the equivalent of whore. Why would you do that? Now, who's to say who's a whore? I'd have to roll about 3,000 cigarettes to actually explain that shit to you. So, the amount of experience I have, if I actually sit there and be like, this is my wife, this is the one I'm gonna stay with, this is the one that I'm actually gonna give it to. Bitch don't know us. I've had strippers. I've had all kinds of women. Like, I don't pay attention to it. So I mean, for my kingdom spouses and all those people that sit there like, Lord, I mean, truthfully, she's not that good in bed. There's no reason I should actually pursue it. So I pursue her for her heart, not the sex. These days, alright. So I take a stencil and I sit there and I start writing monumental type of little pencils go into the roof with it, right? And I'm sitting there like, all right, well, say goodnight or stay with it, like, take every single night. And I got the pencil and I started writing, and I put the pencil to it, and the paper is sitting there, and I'm writing through the little blue papers, and everybody was understanding what is he doing, and they weren't actually understanding. I was sitting there looking at the circumference of spreading her legs. Well, if you can do it, then that's a whore. Why would I marry her? I'd give her to you instead. So I'm probably pissed off at what actually happened. And I think something happened as far as what's not going to happen. Do I think that actually happened? I have questions. That's her problem. She can't make it mine. So the only way we communicate, because she hides and does what she does, and she sits there in her little cave, honesty and all that, but that's out the window. So I would say if I'm this precise and I can hold my mind this long to create these rhymes, then I probably have a sound mind. If she doesn't care, then I don't see a reason to even pursue this. If some bitch is gonna suck some dude's dick and then come back to me and tell me I don't want to come back to this, then I'm like, you need to stay away and pursue that. Because I'm not going to sit here every single day and be the victim, like, it's your fault I did this. I'm not going to take that. I know that something is wrong with this rat. And that's just how the way that I do it. So, I mean, I don't need a whore and I don't need to sit on a prostitute, or I definitely don't go to Craigslist. So, I'll battle rap you and I'll tell you the truth. The entire time she was here, she wouldn't be honest until we had to pull it out of her. I was like, alright, I understand. Maybe you didn't want to hurt me. I get that. God didn't care. So she can think what she wants to think and all of that, but that puts us as enemies, and let's just do this. But we're married, throw it away, or keep it, or work on it, and forget about it. There's more to this. So, preventing it from happening again, like, why would I even get involved in this? I'd pull her back in and just be like, all right, let's do it again. At least I'm not portraying an innocent person that isn't trying to hurt the other person and using them through it. Now she's out there on the street or backwards, whatever she's doing. She's creating a problem every single day that she's away. She's breaking the bond for the love she was pursuing. So, what do you want me to say? I'm gonna go right at you and just figure it out. I'm not gonna sit there like I'm this chump and you can do this. Or like I wasn't somebody that was God that knew it. So she told me I would never cheat on you because God would tell you. Roundabout style. God's mocking you. He's like, yeah. In my way, I made you confirm it. Then I told him what to do with you. So, I mean, if you really have that mentality that you would get away with something like that and you could do this, then you really, it's day by day. Keep trying it. All of us knew it. So, my God is telling me that's enough. He shredded her. He hurt her enough. Like, she's done.